since 1966.
This is NBC4's News Conference with Conan Nolan, Southern California's longest-running public affairs program.
On this edition of News Conference, as California continues to fight the coronavirus pandemic, the damage to its economy escalates. Hospitality and tourism went first, but soon other sectors will be severely impacted. We talk with Bill Allen, CEO of the Los Angeles County Economic Development Corporation. Southern Californians have been taking the crisis seriously, with most fearing the virus more than the economic downturn, at least for now. We talk with Fernando Guerra of the Center for the Study of Los Angeles at LMU. Two heavy hitters in political messaging grade the leadership out of City Hall, Sacramento, and Washington, but warn the most difficult period for all three may be ahead. We talk with Bob Shrum and Mike Murphy of the Center for the Political Future at USC. And is the human mind hardwired for all this? A pandemic in the age of the 24-hour news cycle. We talk with Caltech neuroscientist Dr. Dean Mobbs. Good morning and welcome to the Tom Brokaw News Center here at Universal City. We hope you are practicing safe distancing and staying safer at home and are in good health. First up, Bill Allen, Chief Executive Officer of the Los Angeles County Economic Development Corporation. So, Bill, we are on a movie lot here next to a huge amusement park, so we know both are quiet. We realize the impact on entertainment, film, and hospitality, those sectors. My guess is as this continues, the rest of Southern California's economy will see a major downturn as well.
So quite a few of them are. Obviously, the local retail industry and food industry, as well as the accommodations that you mentioned, are heavily impacted. We put out a research note back on March 17, identifying 1.1 million jobs at very high risk in LA County alone. And we think that we will come close to that number of jobs being impacted either by layoffs or by furloughs or by substantial reductions in hours. This, of course, includes jobs in manufacturing and construction, personal care services, nail salons, barbershops, etc., are all impacted, mostly when they involve physical contact. If the job involves being close to someone other than for healthcare services, it's a job at risk right now.
How about international trade?
The ports of LA and Long Beach are the two largest ports in the entire Western Hemisphere by container volume. Our largest trading partner is China. And so we've seen the impacts of that as recently as March, when the year-over-year comparisons with March 2019 show a 6% drop in container volume at the Port of Long Beach and a 30% drop in container volume at the Port of LA. This is particularly important because these ports support hundreds of thousands of jobs throughout the Southern California region, not only in the movement of all those goods, but in the manufacturing, in some cases, of finished products based on partial products brought here as part of the supply chain, and also the retail industry that flows from these imported goods. So the activity at the ports is significantly down, will stay down for a while until China's production gets fully back up, the other countries with whom we trade with get their production back up, and our own consumer feels confident about spending again.
Along those lines, the pressure is on to open up, but it should be pointed out business leaders like yourself seem to be more interested in getting it right than getting it quick.
I don't know of a business leader who doesn't care about their own employees, their customers, their suppliers. Safety has to be first, and every business leader who's a member of the LADC and that we've been working with in our small business assistance program has told us the same thing. They need to keep their employees and their customers safe. They need good cooperation from local, state, and federal government to set new rules of the road. What will be the acceptable standard operating procedures for different industries? What will be the sanitation requirements to ensure clean environments? This is all going to be important if consumers, who drive 70% of our national economy, are going to feel confident coming out of their homes and going back into the stores and restaurants and theaters and gyms that they so enjoy. Once they feel safe, they'll be back. I think there'll be tremendous pent-up demand for people to go to a ball game or go out for a movie. But when people aren't sure whether the person sitting next to them in a theater or at a sports stadium may or may not have the virus, it's going to limit consumer demand for those sectors of our economy.
So what options do small business owners have? How can you help?
Conan, we have created a resource page at laedc.org/coronavirus with resources for businesses, microenterprises, nonprofits, even individuals affected by the pandemic. And if they email us at COVID-19response@laedc.org, our business assistance team will be more than happy to help them. We've been helping hundreds of companies find and access the relief capital they so desperately need. We'd like to help any of your viewers who are experiencing elements of this crisis in their own lives.
Bill Allen, CEO of the LA Economic Development Corporation, thank you and stay safe.
Strength and health to you too, Conan. Thank you.
A new survey out indicates the vast majority of LA County residents are complying with the stay-at-home order and, in fact, have expressed trust in their government. Joining us now is Dr. Fernando Guerra, director of the Center for the Study of Los Angeles at Loyola Marymount University, which conducted the survey. So thank you for joining us. What did you learn?
Well, first and foremost, trust has been declining for all kinds of institutions, not only governmental, but religious, financial institutions, big tech, etc. And we have tracked that for many years in other surveys that we have done. But one consistent finding that we have from all our surveys is that people trust local government more than national government. But in this survey, the trust was overwhelming. People are looking for leadership, and over 86% of our respondents trust what Eric Garcetti is doing and that he's doing the right thing, and they're trusting local public health officials. So the trust increased tremendously during this crisis.
And it shows that people have been paying attention.
Absolutely. It's incredible how Angelenos understood the existential threat of this crisis. They understood how the virus was spread, the potential impact, and the life and death situation. Even though those that were greatly impacted economically were still very supportive of the action, such as stay at home, that the city and the state had instituted.
And many thought, interestingly enough, the city and county should have gone further.
Well, not only that, but they felt that, and this we do have some specific data, they felt that airports should be shut down. For instance, close to 80% felt that we should have shut down the airports. Over 88% felt that we should shut down schools for the rest of the year. This is before Superintendent Buettner took that action. Others thought that mass transit should be shut down. And so they were very concerned and understood that social distancing and the stay at home could only be effective if you did other things as well. So while very supportive of the stay at home, they felt that local government and the state should go even further.
Of course, as people start to think the medical threat is diminishing, they will turn to the new reality of a potential economic depression.
Absolutely. I mean, our survey is only speaking to today, what's happening today. And today, Angelenos think of this as life and death. After it normalizes, quote unquote, whatever that may be, both the mayor and the governor are going to have to come up with standards and protocols that people can buy into about how to go about our business. And I think that right now, both the mayor and the governor have the support of the residents, and they need to utilize that support to come out with this criteria slowly but surely and let Californians and Angelenos know what's in the near future. If they do that correctly, if they continue to communicate and do it by being data-driven and value-informed, they will make the right decision.
The website, lmu.edu. Fernando Guerra of Loyola Marymount, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. You too.
Up next, we handicap the performance of two leaders in this coronavirus crisis. That is the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, and Mayor Eric Garcetti. That one.